guys, Kimmie here. I am so excited because today I am doing my first ever palette ranking video. I love palette ranking videos. Now my favorite videos are eyeshadow declutter videos, but followed a close second by eyeshadow ranking videos. So today I am going to be ranking one of my favorite brands, BHCosmetics. I am dressed for it. I've got the Badass with Heart t-shirt on. Let's do it. So welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Kimmie. This is my attic, and as I said in the intro, today we are counting down my BHCosmetics palettes. I am going to go ahead and rank them now. Before we get started, we are going to jump in fairly quickly here because I feel like lately I've been going overboard with the intros. It's crazy. But before I do start this, I do want to say three quick things. I have 12 palettes from BHCosmetics, but I'm only going to be ranking 10. And the reason for that is these two that I have in my hand are actually not available anymore. Now, I don't know if I am still supposed to put them in the ranking. How does that work? Do I still rank them? I don't know. But I will tell you right now, if I could rank them, or if I was going to rank them, they would be 1 and 2. That's why it's such a shame that these palettes are not available anymore, because they are actually my favorite palettes from BHCosmetics. So the first one is the Zodiac, but this is the Zodiac Love Signs. So the original Zodiac is very, very good, and you will see it later, but this is the Zodiac Love Signs. This one is not available anymore, and even when I purchased it, it wasn't available. I actually ended up finding it at, was it TJ Maxx? Was it Marshalls? It was one of those. It was like TJ Maxx or Marshalls. I think it was TJ Maxx. So you can still get it like at one of those places. It might just pop up, but it is discontinued. But I am telling you, if you do happen to see it, it's beautiful. This color, Virgo, oh my goodness. It's just such a beautiful orange. And then these palettes have like this highlighter in the middle. This one is so pretty. It is like my favorite. But my actual favorite BHCosmetics palette that ever came out is the Naughty palette. This was from the holiday collection last year. Oh my goodness. This is so amazing. This was like the only holiday palette you needed. It really was. This thing could take you right from Thanksgiving to New Year's. It has every color you could imagine. It does have 2 pressed glitters. It does, but you know what? It's the holidays. Go crazy. It also had, I believe, a matte glitter. Did it? Am I making that up? I might be making that up. No, I'm totally making that up. Yeah, but it does have 2 pressed glitters, which I don't like, but whatever, who cares? This thing was so beautiful. The formula was perfect. The palette was perfect. The name was so cute. The like hot cocoa, snow day, jingle bells. It just like, it was such a fun palette. And like, besides being a fun palette, the quality was off the charts. It was perfect. I'm really hoping that BHCosmetics, they released 2. They released the Naughty palette and the Nice palette. The Nice palette sucks. I don't even have it anymore. It was terrible. It was honestly the only BHCosmetic palette I ever picked up that I truly didn't like. But this one was so good. So I'm hoping this year they'll re-release it. I really am. It was that good. I'm hoping they'll re-release it. And if they do re-release it, you have to buy it. You have to. You just have to. Now, BHCosmetics, for those of you that don't know, it is very, very reasonably priced. It is drugstore prices. Their formula is phenomenal. Since I have been into makeup, I have always found their formula very good. Now, I have heard, like, going back once upon a time, their formula wasn't that great, that they have since improved it. But since I've been into makeup, all of their palettes have always been really, really nice. So the other thing that I want to say is that I'm not going to rank the collections together. Every once in a while I see a ranking video where they say this is the collection and they'll rank all the palettes together, but the palettes are different. I don't like when people do that. I personally, and some of my favorite YouTubers do it, but I don't like it when they do it. So I am ranking the palettes separately, even if they are from the same collection. And the last thing I want to say is, those of you who have seen my videos, you know I got this annoying, horrible nickel allergy, and I am swelling underneath. I don't know if you can tell. I tried to put some makeup, like some serious makeup, especially this eye. This eye is significantly worse than this one. Always is. I don't know why. It's not makeup, by the way. I think I ate something. I think all of a sudden that allergy I used to have to spinach has reared its ugly head, because I had some spinach and the next day this eye was swollen. So that's what I think it was. I wasn't even wearing makeup. So I think my food allergy is back, unfortunately. It had gone away for a while. I love spinach, so Of course, my luck. Why can't I be allergic to, I don't know. What don't I like? I don't know. I like everything. Who knows? Okay, and then the last thing, so, but what I wanted to say, was that I am not going to factor my nickel allergy into this ranking, because that is not fair. If a palette gives me a reaction, I mean, technically I am allergic to iron oxides, period. So all palettes have iron oxides in them. It's just a matter of how much is in the actual formula. So it's not fair of me to rank a palette lower because I had a reaction to it. As long as I used it enough to give it a fair ranking, I will rank it. And I will leave that part out of it. But I will mention it in case I have any people out there watching me with nickel allergies. I will mention if it gave me a reaction, but it's not going to factor into how I rank the palette. And with that said, let's get started. And I also will say that I like all these palettes. So I'm going to rank 10. And I like them all. There's no palette here that I really don't like. It's just a matter of the ones that I like the best. I think that BHCosmetics is an amazing company. Badass with heart. I think that they make a great product for the price that they charge, and I would highly recommend them to anyone. I really would. I really would. Why spend all that money when there's companies like BHCosmetics and even ColourPop? Although, I don't know. I don't know which one I prefer. Or ColourPop or Juvia's Place, who are doing it just as good, in my opinion, for like what, a quarter of the price. That's just my opinion. That's what I think. But anyway, number 10, coming in at number 10, this is the Sugar Comb palette. This is from the Sweet Shops collection. Now, for those of you who have seen my videos before, you know I love a neutral palette. I am a neutral person. There is nothing exciting about me. I am boring as hell, and my eyeshadow goes with me. I love a good neutral palette, and they don't get much better than this as far as palettes wise or neutral palette wise. The formula was beautiful, and I loved the Sweet Shop palettes anyway, because like this palette is a beginner palette. It's very, very easy. It has 4 mattes and 4 shimmers. Boom, 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 boom. You can do, like, you know, if you're like a one and done, like when I go to work, that's what I do. I do a matte, I do a shimmer. When I do like pictures for like Instagram or like YouTube, I try to do a little more. I try to do like a more complete look, but that's basically what I do. So for someone like me, this is like a super easy palette. And I think that's what people mean when they say for beginners. So in that case, it makes sense. Why is this palette ranking so low? Because, like I say, I don't think when you're doing a color story, I don't think there's anything wrong with the shades being close. But when you only have 4 mattes and 4 shimmers, I don't think the shades should be that close. And these shades are just a little too close, especially, what is it, Delicious and Toasted. They're like, once you swatch them out, they're too similar. And the shimmers are very similar to each other. So this palette was just a little boring even for me. And that's going some. But I think the formula was really nice. I do. Okay, the next one, I don't know if I can show you. What can I, I don't know the rules. I don't know the rules. Let's just say it says F off. So, excuse me, BH came out with this line of palettes with feelings. Let's put it that way. So this is it. This is the Fudge Off palette. I probably can swear, but we'll leave it at that. Use your imagination. Okay. This whole collection, I didn't feel like the formula was as good as the older palettes. And when I say older, I only mean like 2 years ago. I think those palettes were just a little better. I don't know if the formula changed, whatever. Oh, by the way, yes. I'm sorry, my nickel allergy friends. I did have a reaction to this. I can't wear it. But that has nothing to do with the reason I didn't like it. I think it's beautiful if you don't have a iron oxide allergy. And you, like I said, the only thing that was wrong with it is I think all the shades are like too similar. Other than that, I think it's great. But I did give me a reaction. I can't wear any of the Sweet Shops. It's the only BH Cosmetic palettes I can't wear. And the formula was wonderful. But I can't wear them. Any of them. Anyway, so this is the Fudge Off palette. And again, when we're talking about easy palettes, I have no idea where to go here. Because if I'm doing like I said, I like to do the one and done. So where do I go? I don't have a matte to match my shimmer. And then if I want to do a look, I'm totally lost there too. Here's 2 things I don't do in life. I don't go into multiple palettes, and I don't wet my brush. I don't know why. I just don't do it. I have a thing. I just need to be able to take it and use it, and that's it. So maybe I guess I will always be a beginner if you want to look at it that way, whatever. But like that's another thing. Like how do you even make a look with this one palette? Like if I start here, I would probably start here and then I would either go here or here, whatever. But then, like, I don't know, like, to me, none of the colors go to, they look beautiful together, but they don't go great together. And I just feel like this color story is a little off. I think the colors are beautiful, but I think the color story just doesn't go together and that great. And so this palette is coming in at number 9. Am I a total, like, am I, like, being stupid? Everybody knows what this palette is called. Whatever, you've probably heard it a million times a day. Do you remember A Christmas Story, that movie, when he says it and the mother's like, where did you hear that? And he's like, I had heard it a million times a day from my father. Okay, come on. All right, there's another shocking one at number 8, Hanging in Hawaii. So ColourPop did a whole series called the Travel Series, and this was one of them, but this is an older one. The newer ones are different packaging. So this is the original packaging. I actually like the original packaging better. The palette is the same, but the new palettes, they don't have mirrors. I don't know. I have one travel palette coming up in the newer packaging, so I'll show you. I think this palette is really nice. I just did a blog on this palette on my website. It's like, it does remind you, I get the whole hanging in Hawaii thing. It does remind you of Hawaii because it's like a beachy sunset. If you don't know what I mean by that, it's like, look at the tones. They're like orangey, neutral, and oranges. And they're really, really pretty. But the problem with, and like the palette is like, it's gorgeous. Even the new packaging is pretty too. I do like this old packaging. The problem with it, why I'm ranking it a little bit lower, is it's too neutral. Like, I feel like when BHCosmetics does a neutral palette, they go a little too neutral. This is the deepest shade, Honolulu. And it's not even that deep on me. It looks much deeper in the pan than it is on the eye. It's not even that deep on me. It's very hard to get depth with this palette. I think for what it is, it's very, very pretty. And if I was going to Hawaii, you know I would take it because, like, that's how I am. Like, when I went to Disney World, I took all my Disney palettes. I have issues. I do. Anyway, I like this palette. I do, but it's just a little... It's a little too neutral. I think if they had gone a little deeper with the shades, it could have definitely ranked higher. But I see where they were going with, like, the orangey sunset Hawaiian, blah-de-da. Very pretty. Okay, so 10, 9, 8. That makes this 7. Yes, I am a scientist, by the way. Okay, so Cotton Candy in at number 7. This is another Sweet Shop palette, and it is so pretty, by the way. I think this was the Sweet Shops that gave me the worst reaction. I don't know. Yeah, I don't really have a reason that I'm putting it here. I mean, it was pretty. It's on the lower end of the list. I think only because, you know what? Now that I'm looking, I don't know. Maybe I should have ranked it high. This was like a palette I wasn't sure about. I love this color. I gotta turn it over. The reason I keep showing you them two upside down is because of the mirror. I don't want to blind you. But I love this color, Sugar and Sugar Plum. These two. Sugar and Sugar Plum. Same thing. You got 4 mattes, you got 4 shimmers, and they all kind of go together. And these two are so beautiful. I think this is a gorgeous pink palette. I really do. I don't wear, like, these 4 shades. I probably don't really wear. Maybe that's why I personally have it ranked a little bit lower. They're a little too pink for me. I don't look good in, like, pink shades because I'm so light. I don't like myself in pink shades because I'm so used to getting skin reactions that it's like the last thing I want is an eyeshadow to do it for me. But I do like these kind of like dull pink shades and these kind of purple shades. I think they're gorgeous. So I like this half much better than this half, but the formula is perfection on these palettes. Again, this give me a reaction. I can't wear it. If you have a nickel allergy, I wouldn't try these. If you have a nickel allergy. Like I said, I can't ever promise you that you won't get a reaction, but my advice to you is if you have a nickel allergy and I had a reaction, you don't buy the palette because chances are you'll have one too. So this palette's number 7. I do really like it. I'm having a little bit of regret. I feel like maybe I should have moved it up, but we'll keep it. My mind was made up. Number 7. In at number 6, maybe because I just like the name. Looking like a snack. This is another pink palette, and I think I ranked this a little higher because there's more like what's it called? Options. You get a little bit more variety, even though I don't particularly think this formula is as good as this formula. This palette is straight pink and purple, and this palette you do get a little bit more. Although, and I really liked these colors. Now, again, I'm boring, but Yummy and Swipe Right, like these two, they were so, like, I really liked them. And I like this gray shade, Dirty Talk. This one right here. Oh, it's so pretty. It's like a silver, and it's really beautiful. And like, there's like the pinks and the silvers mixed together. Now, I don't normally like wear these. I wouldn't really wear these shades like to work. They are a little bright for me, but like, they kind of get like toned down a little bit, like when you mix them together, and I thought they blended really well. I don't know. I liked this palette, I did, but again, like I said, I don't think these palettes are as good formula-wise as the other ones, as the older ones. But I think it's pretty. It's a little bit more, I think that's why I like it better, because it is like a little bit more dull. It's like you get the bright pinks, but then you got some boring colors. And I like me a good boring color. Okay, so I'm sorry. Why can't I count? 10, 9, 8, 7. We're not going to 1,000. I have 10 freaking palettes. You would think I could keep track. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Okay, so this is number 5. 5, 4, 3. That's right. This is number 5. Okay, at number 5, this is another traveling palette. This is Smitten in Switzerland, and this is the new packaging. See, the new packaging doesn't have mirror. For some reason, I kept the plastic thing. I don't know why I did that. Usually I only do that if the shade names are on it and not on the palette. But in this case, the shade names are right on the palette. So I have no clue, folks. I have no clue what that was doing in there. And obviously, I didn't realize it was there. Okay, so the new packaging doesn't have a mirror. It has like a picture of the place. I don't know why they changed it. Who knows? I personally like a mirror. Some people don't. Some people do, because of the packaging. It's like better, like for recycling, I think. I don't know. I might have just sounded totally stupid when I said that, but that's what I think. I'm just not sure. But this palette, let's go back to something I know. The packaging has changed. This is the new palette packaging, and I do really like this palette. But I like these like dull. I'm trying to get my camera. Oh, there it goes. Okay, now it's in focus. I like these like duller colors. Like, these colors are not bright. They are on the duller side, but they're still like a nice mix. And I think this palette could work for the fall. I don't know if I'm gonna make a video with my fall palettes. This could work. I don't know. Yeah, I like this. Like this row right here, I think I might put this on. See, the reason I really like this palette also is because, like I was saying earlier, it's easy. It's an easy palette. Like, you can do so many looks, and the looks just kind of come together. Like, I know what to do. Like, I put this with the green, or I put this with the I'm out of focus. Or I put this with the gold, or I put this with the pinks. Like there's just so much. Like, we have the matte shade, green matte shade, and the green shimmer. I know exactly where I'm going. The only like maybe Summit, that blue, I might not know what to do with, but for the most part, I could easily navigate around this palette, and that's one of the reasons I love it so much. Also, I really like the formula, and did not give me a reaction. The only palettes that have given me a reaction, BHCosmetics, is the Sweet Shops. So yeah, I do like this one a lot. Okay, so this is getting embarrassing. This is number 4. This is what I'm wearing today. This is Optimistic as Fudge. Optimistic AF. Yeah. So like I said, they came out with this line, and they were all like feelings, whatever. And I kind of like the black and white. I do. So this was my favorite one that they came out with in that line. I have 3. I don't have all of them. There were other ones. I don't know how many were in the collection. I want to say 6. But I'm not 100% sure. But I have these 3. And this one was my favorite. This palette is so much fun to work with. I'm wearing it right now. It's like this oranges, yellows, bright colors. I usually don't wear these colors. This is kind of leaving my comfort zone. But I like this palette, and it was very easy to work with. And I liked the formula. And again, like, it's a little bit easier than its friends. It's cousins, whatever. Because unlike those other ones, like Snack and the other one I showed you, it does kind of have that, like, matte with the shimmer. Like you can put the matte with like it's easy. It's easier to follow. It has an easier color story. And all of these color stories, all of these colors you can kind of blend together. So this is this is like a fun palette. And I think this is definitely going to be on my fall list because I just think it's really fun. It's fun to wear. Like it was just really fun to do the look. This yellow, oh my goodness, it was so nice. It was like really nice. I mean, on me, I don't know. I don't know if yellow doesn't really look that great on me. I feel like I look jaundiced. But on other people, I think it looks really pretty. I think this is just a really fun, gorgeous palette. I tended to use the orange for the most part in my look. Not the yellow, but if I had a different skin tone, I might use this yellow. I think this palette is really pretty and a great fall palette. And why not be optimistic in this life? You have to be. You have to try, at least. Okay, number 3, Sweet Shops. Again, now, by the way, there were 6 Sweet Shops. I don't have the blue one, the red one, or the orange one. I have the neutral, the green, and the pink. And I think the green was the most popular. I remember watching Jen Phelps when she first introduced these had these palettes on her channel. Usually I hear of things from Jen Phelps because she's like one of my favorites. She's one of my favorite eyeshadow palette YouTubers. And she had them, and I saw this green one, and I was like, oh, it's so pretty. And I went to order it, and it was already gone. Like, they restocked and sold out of this green palette, I don't even know how many times. A bunch of times. And this is why. Look at that. Oh, my God. It's, like, so pretty. Is it in focus? It doesn't even have to be. It doesn't even have to be in focus. You can just tell how gorgeous this thing is. I mean, there's nothing wrong with this palette. This palette is like the perfect green palette. I liked it better than ColourPop's green monochromatic palettes. This shade right here, Dessert. Oh my God. Like, okay, guys, I know. I'm gonna learn to swatch. Let me swatch it on my other hand. Maybe that's the problem. I'll swatch Dessert and I'll swatch Sweet Life. Because they are so... Can you... Oh, that's even like worse. Okay, well you can know. That's okay. You can kind of see. See how pretty? I'm gonna learn to swatch. I don't know why I find it so difficult to do. And also this one, Treat. Like, oh my goodness. This palette was like perfect. Now I'm full of makeup. But it was worth it. It's well worth it. I think this green palette is so pretty. If you like greens, it's still available. Last I checked, it was still available. I would pick it up. These are limited edition, as far as I know. I don't think they should be. I think they should keep these Sweet Shop palettes because they were so great. They were so gorgeous. But if you like green palettes, I would get this. I think this palette is extraordinary. Extraordinary. Okay. So we're down to the last 2. We're down to the last 2. Number 9. Number 2. Oh my God. Number 2. This is number 2. The Zodiac palette. I love this palette. Every time I see somebody declutter this palette, my heart breaks just a little bit. And the reason people declutter this palette all the time is the size of it. It's bulky. It's big. They don't want to keep it in their collection. And also, some people just don't like the way it's laid out. I love this palette. It's just gorgeous. And for someone like me, like I was just telling you, I like the one and done. I mean, can it get any easier than this? You have a matte, you have a shimmer. You have a matte, you have a shimmer. And you have baked shimmers. They're not just shimmers, they're baked shimmers. And if you don't know, oh my goodness, you know what? I'm missing a palette. I am missing a palette, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, there you go. See the baked shimmers? They're easy to swatch. The one that I am missing, I have the Galaxy Chic. So, I wonder how convenient would it be if I just like had it in this drawer. That's probably not gonna happen. I'm sitting next to one of my palette where I have some of my palettes. I don't have all of them here. And so Galaxy Chic is a bunch of baked shimmers. That's what it is. It's a bunch of baked shimmers. I don't think it's available anymore, so I wouldn't have ranked it anyway, and I don't know where the hell it is. I have it somewhere. I have it somewhere. Is this it? Oh no, this is a palette I made, but it looks something like that. I'm sorry. I think I see it. It's here. It's right here. Can you believe it? I'll show it to you guys in a second. But it's not, I don't think it's available anymore. I'm not 100, this is not a BHCosmetics palette. I'm not 100% sure. And I don't have my phone anywhere near me. I'm not prepared. Well, I'm kind of prepared. I'm kind of prepared. I just forgot I had this one. I only thought about it when I saw these baked shadows. But, I mean, this palette is available. This palette, oh my god. It's just like, it's incredible. It's incredible. Look, even I can swatch it. Okay? And you get a highlighter in the middle. And the highlighter is also very good. This palette is so pretty. It is so pretty. It's just like, I love this palette. I love it. I don't love it as much as my #1 palette, but I love it. And I would definitely buy it. It's just, if you liked baked shimmers, you should get it. I think BHCosmetics has the best BH formula. Has the best baked shimmer formula. This is the Galaxy Chic. Now, I am very, I was going to say sentimental. I am, but that's not the word. Superstitious. The mirror is broken. The mirror is broken, so I don't want to show. I don't want you guys to see it. I know I'm off. I'm a little off. But so this is the palette. It's all baked shimmers, and it's also gorgeous. You can kind of tell they're like. Can you tell they're like different colors, like melted into each other? You don't get like an effect with that. Like you don't really see it. They blend into one when you actually. Oh, my BHCosmetics shirt is full of BHCosmetics shadows. Well, I guess that's at least appropriate. But, I mean, they're also gorgeous. This palette is just so aesthetically pleasing. I mean, now, like I just said, I don't like to reach into different palettes. Obviously, if you wanted a matte, you would have to with this one. But this is more of a, for me, this is just more of like a collector's thing. I like this. I bought it at Forever 21 when I was walking out the door. You know, they have all that stuff like at the cashier. And I happened to see it and I picked it up. So I don't think this is like actually available. But if you do see it and you like baked shimmers, I would pick it up. I don't think it's as good as the Zodiac though. So if you could just go for that. Okay. And my #1 palette, probably no surprise to anybody, especially if you saw my my nickel allergy eyeshadow video. This is the Blueberry Muffin. I think this is another perfect one. Perfect palette by BHCosmetics. Angelica Nikist. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but you know who she is. She knows makeup. She knows makeup. And she ranked this palette as the #1 palette of 2020. Now, everybody else put Natasha Denona or Pat McGrath or the Plain Jane, which I never used that one. I've never even seen that one in person. But she chose this one because, I mean, look at this. This is hard because this is like reflecting. So I don't want to blind you, but look at that. Look at these cool tones. You could do a cool tone neutral look. You could do a blue look. This palette is so pretty. It's cute. It's not expensive. The formula is off the chart. This palette is just so pretty. This is one of my favorite palettes that I own. I think there's just something so special about this formula. And I like cool tones. Like, I like these gray tones. I always gravitate towards gray tones. I don't really wear the blues. I think they're beautiful. But on an everyday basis, I don't wear blue eyeshadow. But like this one, like treat, fluffy. You have crumble. You have this gray shade. You have, I mean, all of them. You do have a few blue shades, but you could do so many neutral, cool tone looks with this palette. I just think this palette is beautiful. This is one of my favorite palettes. If I had to choose, maybe I'll do like that video, like the top 10, like if you could only keep 10 palettes. If I did do that, I can already tell you that this would be on it. I love this palette. So this is my #1 pick from BHCosmetics. And there you have it. My BHCosmetics ranking. What do you guys think? Do you guys like BHCosmetics? Do you guys like their palettes? Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Do you have BHCosmetic palettes that I should try that you really like that I don't own? Let me know. Let me know everything about BHCosmetic palettes or BHCosmetics or anything you want in the comments down below. And if you did like this video, I hope you'll give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel because I plan on talking about it all in the attic. If there's ever anything you want me to talk about, you can leave it in the comments. You can find me on social media. I'll leave my links. You can visit me over at Kimmie Teresa on Instagram. And if I can talk about it, I absolutely will. Guys, I want to thank you so much for watching. And until next time, remember to take care of yourself so that you can take care of someone else. I love you so much. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.